Do they have surgeries? So this is part of the challenge I am ready to take on. By the grace of God, when voted in, I went to St. John's College, Fuga. My principal then was Ikonobe, Joseph Ikonobe. He's still alive, he's in his 80s, he's in Ubiaga.
Still alive.
He was an administrative staff of that school. He doesn't teach. He comes to the class once in a while, I think to exercise himself. And when he holds the chalk and he backs us to write, we will be laughing at him. Because for every subject, we had a teacher plus. We had more than one teacher. So if one does not turn up, another will come and take that. We had Indians. They actually had an Indian teacher that was taking me chemistry, and another one that was taking physics, the husband and wife. The wife was taking us chemistry, the husband was taking us physics. But today, we'll go to schools. Esan Grammar School, St. John Bosco. Okay, well, I went to that yesterday. You know, and you go to this school, there's a principal and one teacher or two teachers. Okay, if the principal read English, who is going to teach children? He's supposed to be an administrative staff, but the man is compared to teach. Who's going to teach those kids? Who's going to teach our children? Mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, geography. Okay, what, for example, the headmaster, the principal, and the teacher, if they are both arts graduates, this is troubling. So what I have decided is, it's not enough to just enroll network for the children. Which, by the way, their performance has been very poor. And it's not because they are not intelligent. No child is born dull. None. But they have to be nurtured. They have to be guided in life. So what I am proposing is, we will get a consulting firm so that there will be no favoritism. Get a consulting firm to interview graduate science students, so that they can take, when we interview them, we will pay them better than the government teachers. They can go to the schools and augment what the government is doing. If some of you were in our program on Sunday where we enrolled 600 children, NECO, I mentioned this. In our laws, it stated that government will provide basic education. But government can easily tell you they don't have the money to do that. So they should accept our support. They should accept our help, because these children are our children. Last year, they stopped us from sharing notebooks in schools.
Football, you organize.
I think it's dirty politics. We have so many poor people in our community, unfortunately, and somebody has volunteered to help them with notebooks, and we prevented us from going into the schools to provide those notebooks for them. Now, I'm offering this. We will send the science graduates into the schools to go and teach chemistry, physics, mathematics, and all that again. And I am very positive that when we will do this for 2-3 years, our children will begin to come out from secondary school flying colors. They will pass their level exams very well. That will be a good foundation for them to go into the universities, and then we will have good products. I want to thank God for Chief Onyaneni, thank God for our minister, Architect Michael Olivemen, for the institution that has been brought to Rome and to Esan North. But if care is not taken, we will not have quality graduates to work there. And by the grace of God, some of us are going into government to attract more projects, to attract more institutions for our constituencies. But if we do not have employable graduates, being federal institutions, I'm sorry to say, people will come from the West, especially the West, to take over those jobs. So this is something we should have done yesterday, that I'm only saying that we're going to do today. So that is for education. Then what about healthcare? I just gave statistics of people that were not well when we did the medical outreach. This is what we will do. We will build a diagnostic center where people can actually easily do health screening, so to know their health status. It's going to be a non-profit making organization. So when we do that, you won't have to pay too much money to be screened. So if you know your health status, you are diabetic, you avoid alcohol, you avoid pounded yam, which is the common food here. That can keep you alive for so many more years. In August last year, I went fishing in the Gulf of Alaska with a 94-year-old man. He wasn't just sitting down there. If you go to the Gulf of Alaska, the boat will be jumping like that. There were times we were on top speed, the boat would go up like that, and we would land, we would jump and fall down. 94-year-old man was in that boat, and he caught one of the biggest fish that we came out with. 94-year-old man, and he still drives. It's nothing else but simple healthcare, knowing his status and what to do and what not to do. So we will have a diagnosis center where people can really screen for health and know their health status. We will build a theater, because there is a body called Doctors Without Borders. They travel all over the world, operating on people. It's free. When they come in here, all we need to do is just accommodate them and provide logistics for them. There are people that require surgery today, but they cannot afford it. And they will just die needlessly. What I am saying is going to be funded by your brother, your sister, my sister, in the diaspora. I have approached most of them. They are willing to bring the machines, CT scan, MRI, and all that. But we can put the physical building down. Then, when you take care of some of these things, people will live longer. Somebody brought a register, voter register, to say to me, this is how we vote in my ward. And he said to me quickly, more than 200 people have died, so they are not in this register, we identify them. I said between 2012, and that was last year, December, and 2014, 200 people dead in a ward, one ward. He said to me, there are more than 200 people. You imagine the number of obituaries you attend every weekend. And I am saying it is not acceptable. It is not. So we must do something about it. And I am ready to do something about it when voted into office by you. Then, we have moved from healthcare. Let's go into our economy today. We don't have too much land maybe in Esan North East. But there is more than enough land in Esan South East. But this is one constituency. I have said we will farm the land. Our economy depends largely on petrol, on oil. The price of oil yesterday rose from $48 per barrel to $53 per barrel. I won't say the good news. For me, that is my business. I drill oil for a living. So when the price crashes, the drilling rates will go away. It will mean that I will not have enough work to do to make money from. But I'm actually praying for the price of oil to crash, so that we, as a nation, we can do a sensible thing and go back to the land and farm the land. The richest people in the Western world, in Europe, in America, even in South America these days, they farm. They are the richest people. It's no whole and contrast, but mechanized farming. So this is what we will do with the surplus land we have in Odogolo, Oria, Emu, Odo and all that.
Yeah.
One constituency, don't forget. So don't start thinking when the farm there belongs to them. People all over this constituency will be involved. We intend to practice a scheme called outgrower. If it's oil palm, if it's cassava, we will prepare the soil. Great bulldoze and prepare the soil. And get people to form cooperatives and give you seedlings to plant. We will help turn the soil. So you don't need to be weeding it. We will help turn the soil. For oil palm, 3 years after when they are producing, we will buy from the cooperative and process. By the way, I have a palm estate in Ugowa. So I'm not telling you something I don't know about. So in that way, we are creating wealth in the community. But even the farm largely, we will encourage farmers from all over the world, providing the land to farm. When we produce more food in this area, it will crash the price of food. Again, in the Western world, the cheapest thing you have in the Western world is food. But how come food is not the most expensive thing in this part of the world? We have to address this. And to me, this is one of the ways to address it. Last December, the price of food, to my knowledge, crashed a bit. The year before, I was buying a bag of rice because I gave out rice to leaders. So if you didn't get it here, I'm sorry. A bag of rice the year before was 12,500. This last year was 8,500. Tell me, when was the last time under any administration that the price of food came down in Nigeria? Under any government, it's always gone up. Even cow, the year before, we would buy a large cow for 220, 250. Some of the medium ones, 180, 200. These ones we were buying 220, 250, we bought for 200. The ones we were buying for around 180, we were buying for 150. The price there went down. Then even cassava, the price of garri would have gone down in the market for some of us that eat ever. Because I also grow cassava, farmers around me are complaining that they are not making money from cassava anymore. The price of garri has gone down. This is what we will do with the oil palm. We will give seedlings to cooperatives. Like I said, we'll buy from them and then process and produce oil. Same thing with cassava. There are 4 raw materials, industrial raw materials from cassava. The commonest food crop in this area. You can get glucose syrup. I will announce to you today, Nigeria spends more than $2 billion, excess of $2 billion importing glucose syrup. $2 billion. What do you use glucose syrup for? Biscuit, sweets that your children eat. If we found more cassava in this place, process the glucose syrup here, that will be employment for your children. It is simple. It sounds very hard. What you need to process the glucose syrup, this hall is too big. 4 times this hall, you can set up manual machines and employ between 10 to 15 people to do that. That is the small scale industry. There was a research by DFID, United Kingdom, and they are really practicing that in Ghana. So one of the first things I will do when elected by you is to go to Ghana, visit most of these places, and bring some people from there to train our people. And then we will go into an optical agreement with the cassava farmers in this constituency to say, you plant the cassava, we will buy from you with XY amount of money. You will agree with me that if you do that, they can have higher level to plant more cassava. It will not affect the price of garri in the market. It will just mean that they now have a stable market. They will also discuss with research bodies so that they can plant varieties. So that in that way you can plant cassava more than 2 times in a year. Because the magic with the rice right now is that you are doing dry season farming. So you are producing rice more than once a year. Okay, somebody asked you, where are we going to have water? You don't need a lot of water for cassava. Because like I told you, I have fun. I have a farm.
No.
But even then, we can do irrigation here. We can do irrigation. That is why I'm going to the federal. I'm not staying in the states. Okay, so now we have talked about agri. Like I said, okay, now we talked about 4 raw materials. Glucose syrup, we'll get from there. Adhesive, gone, we'll get from cassava. Then the flour you use to bake bread, we will get from there. And all this we can supply. Then you also get industrial alcohol.
Yes.
All from cassava. But if you ask anybody here, cassava is common and ordinary. But this is what you can get from cassava. So we can easily help the people to grow large cassava farms and make billions of dollars from it.